Alrighty, YouTubers, let's get to it. We got Leon Kennedy in the house. So I'm not going to do my traditional unboxing, because I'm not going to carry this whole statue into my DBZ room from over here. I'm going to carry it piece by piece, plus I'm sick with COVID. But let's go ahead and see what's inside the boxes. For today's video, it is sponsored by the Coldest Water Bottle. They're a sponsor of the channel. They sell the coldest water bottles out there. It keeps your water cold for up to 48 hours. And these are super solid water bottles. Highly recommend it. Use code Flankster on the description below to get 10% off. So let's go ahead and see what's inside. I have not looked yet. So this is actually triple layered, which is rare. As you can see, lots of parts. Here is the instructions. So, I don't think it's as difficult as Claire, just because she had the shotgun blast, or grenade launcher blast. To me, it still looks like a shotgun, but whatever. Alright, let me pause it, and I'll take off the second layer. Alrighty, so the second layer really just had the zombie, and then that part of the base was sticking into the styrofoam. The bottom part is the massive base. So we do have quite a few pieces here. So I'm going to start setting up in the spot where it's going to be going. So according to the instructions, they actually want you to do the hands first. And then Leon, zombie. This one honestly seems kind of self-explanatory. It's not nearly as difficult as Claire was. So it shouldn't be too hard. Alrighty, so we got the base set up. And these bases do more or less, connect right here. Because it's meant to represent a scene from the video game based off the cover art. So here's the base. Looks fantastic. Matches this one perfectly. Same concept. So first thing we gotta do is insert all the different zombie arms. So they look very similar, obviously, to those ones. You get 5 of them. Some longer, some shorter. But let's go ahead and put them in. Alrighty, so we got the zombie hands all in. There's 3 on this side, 2 on this one. Similar concept here, so it goes 3, 2, 3, 2. But very, very cool. And these zombie hands actually go to the zombie. So don't put those inside this, doesn't fit. Alrighty, according to the instructions, the next thing to input is this shotgun shells box, which still has some shotguns in it, because you pick up ammo all throughout the game. That's going to go right here. So very cool. A shotgun, and then you got 2 different grenades, and this says the Raccoon Den, Arclay's finest, and you more or less insert these here. Well, it's kind of a guessing game, honestly. It looks like that one fits there, and this one is going down. So like that. That's the only base parts, really, is that and the 2 grenades. Everything else is going to be Leon. Yeah, I did set it up correct. Leon and the zombie, which is not too difficult. Alrighty, so here's Leon's body, and surprisingly, his hands come already attached like this, so it's not like Claire's that you to insert each arm and her holding the pistol or the gun. So he just comes just like this. And then he does have some attachments to him as well, but there he is. As you can see, he's definitely bigger than Claire. Alrighty, and here's some of the attachments that go to Leon. First, you got this like military type knife, radio for communication, pistol holder, strap, and this is the patented shotgun. So obviously Claire's not holding a shotgun, because if she was, it'd look like that. Frankly, that's massive. So I can understand why they did not do a shotgun. It's simply too big. So that makes more sense. So that's really cool, though. You have this shotgun. You could technically just display this on the base. Leon is wearing it, but if you wanted to display it in the base, it's just a proximity shotgun, because there's a tiny peg right here. But if you display it like this, you wouldn't even notice. You could display it right there if you wanted to. Really cool, though. So let's set these up. Alrighty, so I got the shotgun on. It was a little tricky. It has like this tiny little plastic connector, a peg right there, and another plastic connector, because he's basically wearing this strap that goes over. And these two parts actually go to the zombie, not Leon. The only part that went on him was this knife in the back. But there is the shotgun on his back. Alrighty, before we put the zombie body on, I just want to show it to you real quickly because it'll be harder to record this. So you can actually see some of the zombie leg underneath. You know, he has some blood. Looks like he has 2 bullet holes from being shot at. And his shirt's coming apart. This is a police officer. You know, because they're in the police station. Very nice sculpt and looks fantastic, though. Alrighty, so he fit nice and snug in his peg right there, and then this is magnetized as well to really hold him in place. I do like that they do that, a magnet as well in the other foot to really stabilize him. So yeah, that looks great. Let's check out these portraits real quickly. So here is Leon's portrait. It's made of translucent resin. Eyes look great, hair looks great. Looks just like him. You know, fantastic sculpt. In comparison to Claire. And then the movie, or the poster behind. So yeah, that looks really good. So that just goes like that. And then here is the zombie portrait. Now the zombie portrait's really sick looking. It's quite glossy. You can see the mouth, how it's like, that's just crazy. His freaking chin and side cheek has come off. He's been shot, and this is where, you know, you see some of the brain, the hat's falling off due to the angle. His other eyes almost like whited out. That looks crazy. So cool. And then, of course, you'll add this gunshot, which, as you can see, parts of the eyeball and brain have been coming out. So very, very cool. And this is, you know, very similar to like that effect. So very cool. Let's go ahead and put that, everything else on, complete it. Alrighty, YouTubers. So we finally have the complete Resident Evil 2 diorama from Prime 1 Studios, and check it out. We are now 2/3 of the way completing this top wall. For the most part, like diorama-wise, we just need Aloy, who is en route, as well as Jin Sakai is also en route. We got tracking for him, and then more or less that does complete this entire wall, pending Elden Ring 1/4 scale statue, and you know, as well as Jill if I decide to do Jill, or the zombie dog, where I currently have Ellie. But yeah, here it is. It looks absolutely freaking fantastic. So the zombie is still trying to lunge at Leon, even getting shot in the eye, been shot multiple times in the chest. You know, with the zombies, you do have to go after the brain. So it looks like, you know, this is just about the kill shot. But it is absolutely phenomenal. And I like the fact the zombies are both different. This is just a regular citizen zombie. And then this one's a police officer, because, you know, you did fight police officer zombies in the video game, if you're unaware. So, very, very cool. I do love the pose of this one quite a bit. You know, more of the lunging, where this one's been, like, splattered away. So, very cool. And the arms are, you know, pretty much identical to these arms in terms of the zombie arms, so they match extremely well. Now, because this one, you don't really see the arms too much. You just see a little bit of the hand on here and here. The face looks so freaking cool. You know, it has that wet look, but I just love what they did with that mouth. So freaking cool. Now, and you can see Leon's pistol directly aimed at that eye. Super, super cool. Such an amazing pair. Really love what Prime 1 did with this, you know, concept. It's so magnificent. Definitely, you know, if you're a big Resident Evil fan, this is a must-have in my opinion. I love how they incorporated everything from the video game. You know, you got the shotgun shells, him holding the shotgun. You got grenades. There's different canisters here, rags, confidential files. Up here looks like pistol bullets. So just absolutely freaking fantastic looking. Leon's in his, if you're unaware, Leon basically became a new police officer. This was like his first day at work, and the zombie apocalypse happened. It's quite crazy. But, looks so freaking cool. Leon looks fantastic. I got no complaints. It's a big statue. You need a lot of space. This is taking up almost an entire 48-inch wide garage shelf. I got a little bit of wiggle room on the right and left, but I do want to keep this nice and spacious. Technically, if I wanted to scoot the entire diorama to the left, I might be able to wiggle a small statue into the right, but I do want to keep this nice and clean. And the only thing I may consider is like a zombie dog. If I don't get Jill, but I can buy just a zombie dog, I would consider it. But yeah, this is really a fantastic diorama. Just as cool as the God of War one. What I really love about this is the fact the bases do connect. I'm a big fan of that. It really is such a cool feature when bases can connect. Just forming one giant, massive diorama. So I'm a big fan of that. And all the other Prime 1 like lines, like this, that, none of them connect like the Resident Evil does. So I'm a big fan of that. And on the Resident Evil 3, Jill versus Nemesis, they also do connect. Yeah, so concept, sculpt, paint, all 10 out of 10 for me. It's a 10 out of 10 statue. I freaking love it to death. I think they absolutely killed it. So, definitely a huge fan of this piece overall. Has great presence, fantastic paint and detail. I got no complaints. I really like what Prime 1 did here. Such a cool piece. Is it better than Claire? Probably not. I think Claire's probably still better. Purely for the fact of that. The destroyed staircase, the zombie guts. If I said just Leon versus just Claire, I'd say I'd like Leon more. I just think his costume has more going on. He has the shotgun. But overall, I think Claire is still the superior of the two. But I would never suggest just buying one. I would suggest if you're going to buy this, you buy the whole diorama. So, 10 out of 10, definitely. So, extremely cool statue. So, I'm definitely a big fan. I like how I did the whole Welcome to Raccoon City with the poster. Fan-frickin-tastic. So, I'm super stoked to get Jin and Aloy now. I'm just such a big fan of these video game statues. I think it's some of Prime 1's best work. Especially for their 1/4 scale statues. This is their best work, in my opinion, for 1/4. Nothing beats their video game 1/4 statues. So, yeah, there is Leon. Huge fan of this piece. Let's back it up so you could just see size comparisons. So, Aloy should be the next one arriving. She's been shipped for several weeks now, but I anticipate her in July, as well as Jin Sakai. So, sometime in July, we should get both of them. And then, Jin obviously going there, Aloy there. Then it completes this wall. I can't wait to see that done. Because, this was a big project of mine. I photoshopped this out. And it definitely was a very good idea. At one point, when they first showed off this Resident Evil statues, I was telling myself, I can't get that. It's too much space, and it's too expensive. Back then, I actually still only had the Bestas and the Stuvas in this room. I didn't have garage shelves. And of course, this would not fit inside a Besta Stuva. If you put a top Stuva, it'd be sticking out. And it definitely didn't work in my old setup. And that's why I'm happy I transitioned into the garage shelf, because it opened up my available statues. Because back then, I was only pre-ordering based off available space in a Stuva. And Stuvas are so limited. They're not good statue shelves. I think garage shelves are much better. They support more weight. They're much more open and wide. They support bigger statues. Like this garage shelf fits this perfectly. And I really was not going to buy this. I didn't pre-order it until only December. Right? December is when I pre-ordered this. It'd been up for pre-order for quite some time before I actually picked these up. They were starting to get low stock, and I said, screw it, I want them. I was so impressed with them. And when Prime One first showed them off it was a Prime One, like online event a few years ago. They showed this off, and I was so impressed, and they turned out absolutely fantastic. Couldn't be happier. Sucks I'm sick right now, so I can't truly enjoy this. I'm so dizzy right now. But they really are fantastic statues. Absolutely love it. So highly recommend it. Definitely gets my seal of approval. So I'm going to go put away the boxes and rest up. We'll be getting more statues in next week, hopefully. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.